our japa together, so you can all get your japa malas. And then we will have a special discussion about compassion today. You remember we discussed in one of the classes about tolerance, how tolerance is one of the important themes of Bhagavad Gita, right? And one of the other important themes is compassion, also called as Jivadaya, right? So, what is compassion? What does it mean? What is real compassion? What is misplaced compassion? We'll talk 3 or 4 special stories also in that connection. And we'll have 3 or 4 scenarios also how to apply practical compassion, like a brainstorming session. Is that okay for today? And so let's begin with our one round of chanting together. Anyone wants to share some inspiration with a quick 1 or 2 liners to help us during our japa?
Proji, could I please share something?
Please, yes.
The whole point of japa is so we can hear it, so we have to all chant like really loud.
You have to chant so that I can hear. Yes. Very nice. Thank you. So let's focus on hearing attentively. And each and every word, each and every, don't worry about the 10th mantra, don't worry about the 108th mantra. What can we focus on? The present, right? What we are chanting now. Even if we had a 1 or 2 bad mantras, our mind was somewhere else, thinking about the school today, thinking about the friends we're going to meet, and thinking about the new subject, teacher, whatnot. Let's try to bring it back and hear. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashad Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. You can also all unmute and chant, those who are in position, and if you can turn your cameras on, you get like a bonus gulab jamun at the end, a virtual one. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Hare.
Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Ram,
Ram.
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram.
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. Ram Ram, Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram.
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram. Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare.
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram. Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram.
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram, Ram Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare Ram.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram.
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Ram.
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Jai
Hare
Shri Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jai Shri Advaita. Hari
Vedanta,
Bol.
Swami Gauravinda. Gurve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kishchintu Bhag Bhavi
सुचिस्वत कनेक्ट करला भेटते
वर्णौ गोपवेशौ किशोरौ सहचरगणवृन्दै क्रीडमानौ रजेषु नटवरजितवेषो नीलपीताम्बराद्यो जगतजननहेतु रामकृष्ण नतोऽस्मि हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. I offer my humble respects to all the assembled friends, Vaishnavas, devotees. Thank you so much. I see Karina, Bionto, Sampada, Lakshay, Vedahi, Jashit, Ansh, Ishan, Avni, Vinita, Atar, camera. I can't see you. Vinayak, Naina, Biraj, Ovi, Shlok. Oh, we are going in the outer space, I guess. That's why it took time to get back, huh? How is everyone? How is the new year started for all of you? Anyone wants to share anything? Anyone has any special resolutions which turn into dissolution very soon, but no solution? Yeah, okay, some of your cameras is not working. That's fine. If you can turn on cameras, that's great. If not, you have some technical issues, it's okay. Okay, so some of you posted the verse recording for the first two lines of that Chaitanya Charitamrita verse. Raise your hand if you did that in the last 4 or 5 hours. I know many of you did that, right? Time last. As someone said, if it was not for the last minute, I would not get anything done, right? So I guess many of you are in that club. But again, the better we plan, the better it is, right? Urgent, not, sorry, important, not urgent quadrant, you remember? Hmm. Okay, so we'll reflect a little bit on that verse and then we'll move for today's topic. So what is this verse talking? Okay, who's going to share the first one or two lines? And what is this verse talking about? Did you read the translation? Okay, first two lines. Who all know? Raise your hand if you know the first two lines. Yes, Karina, please tell. Karina, unmute.
अनुकूल्यस्य सङ्कल्प प्रति
Cool. Yes, yes, Jashad.
अनुकूल्यस्य सङ्कल्पः प्रतिकूल्यस्य वर्जन.
Very good. Anukulyasya sankalpa, pratikulyasya varjanam. Who knows the meaning of these two lines? Only one person? Baba. Yeah. Hanuman ji ko bola, when he said, okay, get that booty, he got that booty, right? But he got something extra, right? You know that. He got the whole mountain, right? So that should be our mood. Okay, Prabhuji told two lines. I'll not do one word extra. He didn't say translation. I'll just do only the Sanskrit, right? At least we should understand what is this, what are these two lines? They're not very hard. Sampada will tell, yes.
It means that we should accept anything that is favorable for Krishna consciousness and reject anything that is not favorable for devotional service.
Very nice. So the first line, Anukul. Anukul means favorable. Sankalpa. Accept it. Take a vow to do it. Sankalpa. Pratikul. Unfavorable. Varjanam. Give up. Right? Or stay away from that. Bad stuff. Bad people, bad association, bad habits, bad desires, bad environment. Right? So accept what's favorable, reject what's unfavorable. So this verse talks about 6 limbs of Sharanagati. The last line is Shadvidha Sharanagati. How many of you know counting in Sanskrit? The first, you can tell one. What is one in Sanskrit? Who knows? Anyone knows? Eka. What's two? Who knows? Ansh.
Do.
That's Hindi. Dwau. Okay. Three. Yes. Okay, this is your homework. Okay. You have to learn 1 to 10 counting in Sanskrit. You have a desire to learn Sanskrit, right? Many of you have desire, right? So you first start with counting. Okay, 1 to 10 at least. Okay. So what's three? You can easily find it online somewhere. Yes, Sampada.
Is it tree?
Three. Yes, Trividham or Traya. Also sometimes you'll say Traya, Traigunya Vishaya Veda, right? Nishtraigunya Bhavarjuna. Trividham Narakasya Dvam. Right? Three comes Trimurti, Trishula, right? And four. Yes, you want to?
Are we allowed to search it up?
Huh?
Are we allowed to search it up?
Search? No, search. Anyone can even speak. It's like, then I can also search in it like Google speaking, right? If you know it, you tell it. I mean, search you will do later. In your homework, you do search, you memorize, you write it down and memorize it. Yes, Mishti.
Hare Krishna. Chatvaraha.
Chatvara. Yes, very good. You have try to think of verses. You have many verses have this count also. Panchatattva, right? You all know Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam. Panchatattva. So Panch means what? Five means? Easy one now. Five is Pancha, not that boxing punch, right? Okay, six. Who knows six? Okay, this verse will tell us about six. Okay, you all know you're not thinking enough. The Goswamis. How many Goswamis are there? Okay, Vedri. Vedri?
Shad
Shad,
Goswami?
yeah, Shad Goswami. And this verse also talks about Shad. Shad, Shat, right? That's Shata, but Shadvidha. So 6 types, like Navvidha, have you heard? Navvidha Bhakti. So now I give you a hint for the 9th, right? So 9 is Nava. So Shad is 6, right? So Shadvidha Sharanagati. These are the 6 symptoms of surrender. Number 1, number 2, accept what's favorable, take it, reject what's unfavorable. Rakshishyati iti vishwaso. Vishwas. What does the word Vishwas mean? Yes, Sampada?
Belief or faith.
Yeah, firm belief. Vishwas. How many of you believe that your parents will give you food tomorrow? You have that Vishwas, you have that firm faith, right? How many of you believe that they will not say, get out of home tomorrow? Right? Right? That's we have a firm, we trust them, we believe, we have faith, we have that Vishwas. So a devotee who has Sharanagati, who has shelter on the Supreme Lord, always had that faith, Raksha. Raksha means protection. Krishna will protect me. Iti Vishwas. So this faith, Iti means this. Back to counting. Shad is 6. 7. Yes, Sampada.
Sapta.
Sapta. Saptarishi. Saptami. Right? Then 8. 8 is very, very famous. Krishna's birthday. Right? Yes, Avni?
Is it like
Ashta. Yeah. Okay. Ashtanga Yoga. Have you heard? Ashtanga, 8 limbs. Or Ashtami, Janm Ashtami, right? The 8th day where Krishna was born. Then Sita Navami, Nava, right? And then what's 10? This is very famous. Yes, who knows? 10. Vinita.
Dasha.
Dasha. Dasharatha, right? Who could go in 10 directions. His chariot would go in 10 directions, right? Dasha. And then you add 1 and 10, Ekadashi, Dwadashi, Trayodashi, Chaturdashi, right? So like that. So focus on, so now you know the counting. Eka, Dvau, Traya, Chatvara, Pancha, Shat, Sapt, Ash, Nav, Dash. Simple. Ek, do, teen, right? And this is Hindi, ek, do, teen, huh? Okay. Sanskrit is a little bit similar, but okay. So now everyone will write it, put up something, find on web. Not very hard, you know most of it, okay? Okay, so back to the 6 limbs of surrender. Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam rakshashati itti vishu. Krishna will protect me. The devotee has this firm faith. Goptritve varnam tatha. So what does that mean? Krishna is my guardian. Krishna is my father, my everything, my maintainer. Atma nikshepa karpanya. Full surrender. So Krishna will protect. Acceptance that the Lord is our guardian. Goptritve varanam tatha. Atma nikshepa. Atma means self. Nikshepa. Full surrender. And karpanya. Very, very important quality. Humility. Karpanya. Okay. So now you will memorize the whole verse also. Good. Let's read it a few times. Okay. Who wants to read? Oh, it's on the screen. Yeah, it will stay on the screen. Yes, Sampada. And who else wants to read? Okay, go ahead, Sampada.
Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam rakshasyatiti vishvaso goptritve varanam tatha atmanikshepa karpanye sadvidha sharanagati.
Beautiful. Anyone else wants to read? Ethereal, you want to read? Good to see you.
Anukulasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam rakshasyatiti vishvaso go tritve varnanam tatha atmanekshepa karpanye sadvidha sharanagati.
Very nice. Okay, Atar, please read the translation.
6 divisions of surrender are the acceptance of those things favorable to devotional service, the rejection of unfavorable things, the conviction that Krishna will give protection, the acceptance of the Lord as one's guardian or master, full self-surrender and humility.
Beautiful. Okay, Who knows now the six limbs of surrender? In English, in your words, paraphrased. That's fine. Who can say? Come on. We just discussed, right? Try one, two, like whatever you know. We'll work it out together. What are the six limbs of surrender? Shadvida, Sharanagati. Yes, Bionto. Yeah, or keep typing in. We'll see. Yeah.
Accept favors and
Accept favorable things for the bhakti.
yeah.
Okay, good. And pratikulyasya varjanam. Reject unfavorable things for bhakti. So two. Someone said humility. That's the Sanskrit word karpanya. The last one. Humility, very good. Krishna is our guardian. Goptritve varnam tatha. Krishna is our protector, our guardian, our master, our everything. Rakshishyati iti vishwaso. Raksha. Krishna will always give protection, right? Firm faith, firm belief. भगवान हमारी रक्षा करेंगे. Krishna will protect us. Atma Nikshepa, full surrender. These are the six ones, okay? Anukulyasya sankalpa. You can do actions also. Anukulyasya sankalpa. I'll accept what's favorable. Pratikulyasya varjanam, right? Rakshishyati iti vishwasvo. Goptritve, Krishna. Varnam tatha. Atma Nikshepa. Karpanya, Shad, Vidha. Vidha means type. Vidhi, Vidhan, Shad. Six types or six symptoms. Shad, Vidha, Sharana, Gati. Okay? You'll memorize this verse? Okay, perfect. And you'll memorize the counting. So now we come to the topic for today, which is compassion. How many of you have heard this word compassion before? Everyone knows a little bit meaning? Okay, let's talk about it. What does it mean to you? A few of you can speak, rest can type. I'll take some thoughts. Who wants to share? What does compassion mean to you? Ishan, what does it mean to you?
Compassion would mean compassion would be being kind to others, treating them the way they want, being making them feel accepted. Someone.
Okay, being kind, caring. Okay, yeah, short and sweet. Okay, Karina, good, Ishan. Karina, others can start typing also. I'm reading. Treat the others the way you want to be treated, the way they want to be treated. A balance of both. Yes, Karina, what's on your mind?
Hare Krishna. I feel like compassion means being a person you would want to be around to like others. So like be kind to others, make other people feel like they're worthy of being around you and like they want to be around you so they could like just be happy.
Okay, if I get in a nutshell, be kind and caring, so people loving, kind, caring, right? Good. I think all of you are on the same lines, right? Kind, caring, loving, empathetic. I see the word empathy. Yes, very good. So let's understand from the Bhagavad Gita, and I have some slides which I prepared today. So thank you for giving me this chance to share. We'll talk about compassion, okay? So there are different levels of compassion. As you all said, care, right? Be kind, caring, etc. There's one level of physical compassion, right? And one level of spiritual compassion. So the pictures speak everything. Physical compassion, what does it mean? Yes, Avani.
It's like taking care of other people also, which like involves like being kind to them and making sure they also feel good. Like how in that picture, she's taking care of her sick, I'm gonna guess it's her sick son. And she's like being compassionate towards him in that way.
Sure. The critical word is physical needs here, right? If someone is sick, you take care of them. If someone needs, let's say, hungry, give them food. Your father comes from work and he's thirsty, you give them a glass of water. It shows your compassion, your care, right? So physical needs, right? What is spiritual compassion? Yes, Vedi.
Giving someone like a Gita or talking to them about like chanting and stuff.
Okay, basically on the level of soul, which is our true identity, right? Is physical compassion important? Which is more important? Okay, let's put it this way. Physical compassion or spiritual compassion? Okay, raise your hand if you say physical. Uh, okay, raise your hand if you say spiritual. Okay, good. So we are not against physical compassion, right? We are not against it, but spiritual compassion is much more important, right? That's what the Bhagavad Gita is all about, is it not? It's like real compassion is the compassion for the soul, so that they don't, if you help someone, let's say someone has fever, you help them, but who can guarantee they'll not have fever? If you even help someone give food, but they may be hungry again. But if you help someone to connect to the Supreme Lord, to go back to their real home with their eternal Father, Goptritve Varnam Tatha, Krishna is our protector, our guardian, our father, our mother, our husband, our wife, our everything, then they will be free from the cycle of birth and death eternally. Is it not? So that's much more important. That's real compassion. Hmm. Sure. I'll come to that point. Compassion for the dress of a drowning person. If a person is drowning and you save their expensive dress, good idea? Worth $1,000. They were very expensive dress they were wearing, and somehow you end up saving the dress, but the person is gone. Good? You saved $1,000. Not good idea, right? Bad idea. That's what Bhagavad Gita says in chapter 2, text 1, right? Tam tatha kripayavistam ashru purna kulekshanam vishidantam idam vakyam uvacha Madhusudana. Sanjay said this. Seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana or Krishna spoke the following words. Okay. Yeah, please keep your devices on mute, and if you want to speak, you raise your hand. That's a proper etiquette. Otherwise, it creates, confusion and disturbs the flow. So, who wants to read? Anyone like to read? Raise your hand. Okay, Avni, go ahead. Purport, yeah.
Material compassion, lamentation, and tears are all signs of ignorance of the real self. Compassion for the eternal soul is self-realization. The word Madhusudana is significant in this verse. Lord Krishna killed the demon Madhu, and now Arjuna wanted Krishna to kill the demon of misunderstanding that had overtaken him in the discharge of his duty. No one knows where compassion should be applied. Compassion for the dress of a drowning man is senseless. A man fallen in the ocean of nescience cannot be saved simply by rescuing his outward dress, the gross material body. One who does not know this and laments for the outward dress is called a Shudra, or one who laments unnecessarily. Arjuna was a Kshatriya, and this conduct was not expected from him. Lord Krishna, however, can dissipate the lamentation of the ignorant man, and for this purpose the Bhagavad Gita was sung by him. This chapter instructs us in self-realization by an analytical study of the material body and the spirit soul, as explained by the Supreme Authority, Lord Shri Krishna. This realization is possible when one works without attachment to fruitive results and is situated in the fixed conception of the real self. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, thank you. Isn't that beautiful, purport? So, what is real compassion? Compassion for the eternal soul is self-realization. No one knows where compassion should be applied. So we need to know where to apply compassion. Otherwise, it's senseless. Like saving the dress of a drowning person is senseless, right? So we'll talk about the different types of compassion we discuss. We'll talk some stories, but let's understand about Krishna's compassion. Is God compassionate, right? He's compassionate to everyone and also to the demons. That's why he comes in the form of books. He comes in the form of gurus, teachers, acharyas, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Tulsi Maharani, festivals, holy places, Vrindavan, etc. They're all manifestations of Krishna's compassion so that we can understand our eternal journeys or self-realization. We can go back. And although it's sometimes harsh in a form of punishment, but still Krishna is compassionate to them. Like our parents, they maybe sometimes punish us or be harsh on us, but that doesn't mean they don't love us or they don't care for us. They care for us, therefore they don't want us to be in wrong behavior or they want to correct us for our shortcomings because they are compassionate, they are caring, they're loving, they're kind. So does that make sense? Any thoughts so far from this text? Arjuna was also thinking that, oh, my brothers, my uncles, my grandfather, my teachers, etc. It was on the bodily level. That's what Krishna is going to correct, and therefore he was full of bodily compassion in chapter 1, right? So let's understand a little bit more. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? So just intending good is not enough, right? We have to know what good means, right? For example, Kaikeyi's compassion on Bharat. You know this story? How many of you know this story? Who was the mother of Bharat? There are 4 brothers in Ramayana. Who knows the name? Quickly, who will tell? The 4 brothers. Who knows the name? Vinita?
They were Ram, Lakshman, Shatrughan, and Bharat.
Very nice. Who was the mother of Bharat? Yes, Ishan. Ishan has written a book about Ramayana.
Bharat was Kaikeyi, right? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So what was Kaikeyi's intention? Kaikeyi wanted, she asked for 2 boons from Dashrath Maharaj. You all know this story, right? All are familiar with the story? She asked for 2 boons. One was to put Bharat as the king um, and send Lord Ram to forest for 14 years, right? Those are the 2 boons. Hmm? And what was her intention? She was thinking she'll do good for Bharat, right? Was that her intention? Yes. She thought Bharat would be very happy after he comes from his uncle's place. He was at his uncle's place. So she thought that she is doing great help to Bharat. Bharat will be so happy. Oh, mom, I'm so excited. You made me the king and you let my elder brother go. Otherwise, he would have been such a difficult, obstacle in my journey to become the king, right? She thought that that's what Bharat's reaction would be. Is it not? But was that Bharat's reaction? No. My parents were in Ayodhya recently and they went to Nandigram where Bharat was staying. And there's a cave there. Like Bharat was living in a cave like a recluse, like a saint, much disciplined and much kind of austere life than even Lord Ram. Hmm. He loved Lord Ram like no one else. So he was not happy. Keikei thought she was doing good, but she ended up doing harm to Bharat and to her own self, right? She did harm to everyone. Of course, Keikei was just a medium. We have to understand the divine story. But she ended up doing harm. She thought she's doing good. That's called misplaced compassion, right? How many of you have done this in your life at some point? You are thinking you're doing help to someone, but you end up doing harm, hmm? Or end up doing like increasing the work. You think you're helping by solving the problem, or kind of. I've done it to my wife. My wife says that, hey, you stay, you let me do it. You end up increasing the work. My intention, I'm trying to help you. I want to help you. And she says, okay. So then I ask her, how can I help you? If she says, then I help. If she says, I just stay away, I stay away. Anyone wants to share an example where you intended to do good, but you ended up doing kind of opposite? Yes, Beyond.
One time, me and my dad were shoveling, and I shoveled the snow. It went backwards back on the grass, and my dad had to do it like all over again. And I ended up making him do more work.
Your intent was to help your dad to cut down his time to shovel the snow, and but it ended up the other way. So sometimes these are small things, but sometimes it could be big. Like in KK's situation, it was a big thing, is it not? Right? It meant a lot. So my dear friends, just good intentions are not sufficient. We need to understand more. We need to have the right knowledge, right? Another story we will understand is Bharat Maharaj in the deer story. How many of you know this story? We have discussed this in our classes? Okay. So, long story short, Bharat Maharaj was a great king. That's why the land of Bharat is named after this Bharat. He was great king, very, very saintly, very devoted, and then he renounced everything, went to Pulastha ashram and was in a solitary place doing his bhajan in his hermitage. Everything was going fine. One fine day, he sees a deer, a mother deer was jumping and running after because a lion was catching her, and then she was expecting a baby. And in that shock and in that whole difficult situation, she jumped and her baby fell in the water, the young baby. And then mother died, and who will care for the baby? Now Bharat saw, oh, baby needs help. Let me do something about it. So he helped to give some physical care. So we're not against physical care. We're not against helping someone in need, provided it's aligned with our principles, right? Like we'll not feed them chicken, right? We can feed them prasadam, right? So it should be aligned with our principles. So Bharat did, but somehow he got attached, right? He got so attached to the deer he forgot his bhakti. That's where the kind of the problem started, right? So what do you think? Was he right in protecting the baby deer? What do you say? Yes? Was it okay? Yes. So what? Okay, I didn't maybe complete this point. So what did he do anything wrong? Okay, who's going to answer and what could he do better in that situation? Please tell. Yes, maybe. Everyone, the more you engage, the more if you don't raise your hand, I don't get to see, I don't get to, yeah. Maybe please tell.
Instead of keeping the deer with him, I guess he could have just raised it a little and then let it go into the forest
Yeah,
instead of just keeping it around for so long.
absolutely. Very good. Right? Everyone agrees? Because there are so many animals, he's not responsible for every person's, like let nature take care of it. Okay, he did the initial help, maybe, for a day or two, that's fine. Now it's not that there was only one single deer in that forest, right? There must be hundreds of deers. So if he would have been watchful, so basically we have to stay alert. When we let the guards go down, then, as we say, if you're not very mindful, like you're driving on the road, if you're not mindful, a moment of inattention could lead to a big accident, right? So we have to be watchful in our spiritual journey, otherwise it could lead to a disaster. So Bharat Maharaj misplaced compassion. His intent was to help, but how from the, he got deviated, right? He got deviated from his spiritual life. Another story which we are going to talk is Shabari Muni, Kalia, fishes, and Garuda. Beautiful story. Some of you may have heard, or some of you have not. It comes in Canto 10, Chapter 17, Text 9, 10, 11. You all know the story of Kalia, right? Krishna subdued Kalia. He didn't kill him, he subdued. That's the title of the chapter. And Kalia was causing havoc in one of the lakes near Yamuna, in Vrindavan. And then all the cows and calves and Krishna's friends were kind of fainted by that smoke, that poisonous venom vapors coming from that lake. And then Krishna had to intervene. But we're not talking about that episode. We're talking about how come Kalia stay in that lake, right? There's a history behind it, right? So we're going to quickly do that. In that very lake, Garuda had once desired to eat a fish. Fish being, after all, his normal food, right? So Garuda can eat fish. Can we eat? Oh, Garuda is a pure devotee, right? So we can also eat. Is that okay? Because pure devotee is eating, so we can also eat. Acceptable? No. Because Garuda is that's his normal food. Although as I mentioned, it's normal food for him, right? Like a lion will eat deer, right? So although Durga's carrier is lion, but that lion also eats, right? The deer. So although forbidden by the sage Shobari who was meditating there within the water, Garuda took courage, feeling uh, and feeling hungry, seized the fish. So let's read the purport. Who wants to read? Yes, Sampada.
Hare Krishna. Shukadev Goswami is now explaining how Gurud could not approach the lake in the Yamuna River. It is the nature of birds to eat fish, and thus, by the arrangement of the Lord, the great bird Garuda does not commit any offense by nourishing himself with fish. On the other hand, Saubari Muni's forbidding a much greater personality to eat his normal food did constitute an offense. According to Srila Viswanath Chakravarti Thakur, Saubari committed two offenses. First, he dared to give an order to a supremely exalted soul like Garud, and second, he obstructed Garud from satisfying his desire. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So you're getting the point. So Garuda was doing his regular duty. It's not that he was causing mass havoc by killing all the fishes, right? He was just taking his normal food. It was his prasadam time, right? So he was doing his business. But Shobri Muni, he thought, I know better, right? I am better than Garuda. I can punish him. I can give him a curse. He dared to give an order to spiritually exalted. So we should not order spiritually exalted people. That's point number one. Spiritual superiors. And then, especially like Garuda, so pure devotee. When Garuda moves his wings, the sounds of the Vedas come, right? How many of us move our hands and the sound of the scriptures come, right? Okay, next verse. So, who wants to read? Raise your hand and keep it up because there are a lot of opportunities to read, especially those who have not read yet. I would like everyone to read something. Okay, yes, Vinita. And when your turn comes or you're read, you can keep it down. So keep it up until you get at least one chance. So I will know who has not got a chance. Yes.
Seeing how the unfortunate fish in that lake had become most unhappy at the death of their leader, Sobri had uttered the following curse under the impression that he was mercifully acting for the benefit of the lake's residents. In this regard, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that when our so-called compassion does not tally with the order of the Supreme Lord, it merely causes a disturbance. Because Sobri had forbidden Garuda's coming to that lake, Kalia moved in and made his headquarters there, and this spelled doom for all the lake's residents.
Does it make sense? Is everyone following the story? So Shobri thought that he's acting very compassionate. Compassionate to whom? Yes, Pionto.
Garuda?
Arey Baba, no. Ansh,
The fishes.
the fishes, good. He thought he's acting compassionate. Oh, I'll save fishes. So he cursed Garuda. Don't dare enter this lake, otherwise you'll be killed. Right? He thought he's acting compassionate. But was he really acting compassionate? No. It caused a bigger havoc. What was that bigger havoc? Who knows the answer? What was the bigger? Half of you are, I don't know in which zone you are. Your videos are off, your hands are down, and your mics are so. I don't know what's because it feels a little bit only just a few are responding every time. Yes, Lakshay. What was that bigger havoc which happened?
Can you hear me, Coach?
Hmm?
Can you hear me, Coach?
What
My mic is
Shabri,
not right.
can you hear me? Shabri acted so-called compassionately to protect the fishes, but ended up in a bigger disaster, right? Bigger disturbance. What was that bigger disturbance?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kalia came in, and Kalia caused such a havoc to all the residents of Vrindavan, right? So he was trying to help the fishes, but he ended up causing a bigger trouble for his own self and for others also. So we should be careful. So basically, we have to act in the order when so-called compassion does not tally with the order of the Supreme Lord. So in short, our compassion would tally with the order of the Lord. Basically, we should act in accordance with the Lord's instructions. So how can we know we're acting in the accordance with Lord's instructions? How can we know? Who will tell? How can we know if we're acting in accordance with Lord's instructions? Is the question making sense? Okay, think and respond. Ansh?
If people don't start to like the decision you made.
I'm not getting. Please say a little bit clear in the microphone.
If it looks like people don't like the decision you made.
Okay. If people don't like the decision you make, then we are not acting in accordance with the Lord.
No, everyone, with KK, the whole Ayodhya didn't like it.
Okay, I'll take that, but still, Ayodhya, it's okay, but looking for more. Let's say if the class teacher says, "Oh, all dear students, I would like all of you to stay an extra hour because we have to cover an important topic which is very, very critical." Most of the students, will they like it? They will not like it. Most of them will not like it. But maybe it's a good thing for them, right? Because it's important. Like a teacher is their real well-wisher, right? So just by masses liking or not liking, masses, all the students what they want. The school closes and they have fun 365 days, right? Okay, think more a little bit. How can we know we're acting in accordance with the Lord's instruction? Yes, Ishan, then Vinita.
Whether it is in accordance with the scriptures, whether the scriptures say it's allowed or if it's not allowed, and whether it's good or not.
Beautiful. Whether it's in accordance with scriptures like Gita, like Bhagavatam. Excellent. Right? And now we may not be so intelligent to have read all the scriptures, right? So we need Guru. So we ask spiritual masters, right? We ask the Vaishnavas. So Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Chittete Koriya Vakya. So we have to ask the spiritual mentors, gurus, Shastra, does Bhagavad Gita say? And we can ask spiritual superiors. So that's how we will know. Last, who has not wants to read? Jashit, you want to read?
Sure, Prabhu. The Acharyas explain. Oh, do I have to start from the beginning?
Yeah, Garuda. If Garuda.
If Garuda ever again enters in this lake and eats the fish here, he'll immediately lose his life. What I am saying is the truth. The Acharyas explained in this regard that because of Sobhadi Muni's material attachment and affection for a fish, he failed to see the situation from a spiritual viewpoint. The ninth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam describes his fall down for this offense. Because of false pride, Sobhadi Muni lost his power of austerity and with it his spiritual beauty and happiness. When Garuda came to Yamuna, Sobhari Muni thought, although he might be a personal associate of the Lord, I will still curse him and even kill him if he disobeys my orders. Such an offensive attitude against an exalted Vaishnava will certainly destroy one's auspicious position in life. As the ninth canto describes, Saubhari Muni married many beautiful women and suffered greatly in their association, but because he had once become glorious by taking shelter of Yamuna River and Sri Vrindavana, he was ultimately delivered.
Hare Krishna. Beautiful. It's a lot of critical points. He failed to see from the spiritual perspective. He only saw it from a material perspective, only the physical protection, and ended up doing a walk. And then he lost all his beauty, his power, he did a big offense, right? But since he was a devotee, later, Krishna is merciful, he became glorious by taking shelter of Vrindavan, right? Isn't that a beautiful story with a lot of lessons for us, right? Did we all get, so we covered the story of compassion for the saving the dress of the dying person or drowning person, and Bharat Kekai, we all did that. Then we discussed the the other Bharat, the deer, right? We discussed the fourth one, which is the Shabari Muni Garuda example. Are you all following along? Four stories. You all got the meaning of real compassion versus misplaced compassion? And how will we know in accordance with the Lord or not? True? Three things. What are the three things? Yes, Ansh?
Scriptures?
Scriptures, yes. What else? Yes, Sampada?
Guru or
Guru,
Sadhu Sangha.
Sadhu, and Shastra. Yes, so three. One time there was a dear son and a mom, and somehow this boy had a weird kind of disease. And everyone loves paratha. Raise your hand if you love paratha, right? Most of you like parathas, right? So many people love paratha, and this guy also used to like paratha. But the doctor had told, oh my God, you cannot take paratha. If you eat paratha, your health will seriously be impacted. He had a weird disease that he could not take parathas. So he came, Mom, look, my brother is eating paratha, my sister is eating paratha, my friends are eating paratha. I also want paratha. Mom tried to explain, please, 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 don't, it's not good for you. But you take one paratha, it gives happiness for how many moments? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 2 minutes, right? At max. How many of you would like to eat paratha and then it causes like a lifelong issue? Will anyone like? There are people who are allergic to certain things, right? They know if they take it, they'll cause serious health issue, right? Will anyone still do it? No. An intelligent person would not do it, should not do it, right? Shreyas and prayas, right? You all know this? Short-term gain, long-term pain. Who wants that? No one. You all want Shreyas. Short term, even if it's tough, even if everyone is eating paratha, I also want to eat my desiring to eat, but better I avoid like 3 months in the hospital, right? Will I want to go 3 months in the hospital for 3 minutes of paratha? No. But somehow this guy and the mother knew, but one of his brothers, he fed him parathas. Oh my God, I can't see my little brother suffering and he really wants paratha, and he fed him. And then this guy had to be taken to the hospital. Was it good? No. Talking about this is a story. My I don't know this. My parents and elders tell this. So my bua, my bua? Bua in the sense like who is bua? My father's sister. And Chacha is my father's brothers. So one of my is a big family, three brothers and three sisters, right? So one of my chachas, one of my uncles, you know, how many of you seen naphthalene balls? Have you seen naphthalene balls? Mothballs? Mothballs? It's like a cockroach controller, right? To avoid, like moisture and stuff. So they're basically like a pesticide, right? In the form of white balls. But it looks like a candy from a distance, right? It's like a white ball. So my uncle, my chacha, gave those as like candies to my bua, and she ate it nicely, thinking, "Oh wow, nice candies." And then she had to be rushed to the hospital, right? So it's a real story. Misplaced compassion, right? Um, So the intent is not enough, right? So in this story, he had paratha and then he had a tough time, months of hospital to recover. So you're all getting the point? Okay, now some practical situations. How will we practically apply this? And I would like all of you to share your thoughts on this topic. Number one, situation number one. Who wants to read this? And we'll all brainstorm. Yes, Athar, go ahead, read it, and you all will brainstorm.
In a school exam, a friend of yours asks you to allow them copy from you, else they will fail the exam.
Okay, I missed a word too, to allow them to copy from you. So what will you do? Okay, now I will pause. You discuss what should be done. What are your thoughts? They may fail the exam, right? So should we allow them to copy? How many of you say yes? Raise your hand. I'm just saying yes. Okay, talk a little bit more. Please, everyone, who wants to respond? Um, is everyone getting the question? Are you being kind and caring by allowing them to copy? Ansh, be serious. I'll tell your mom that Ansh said that. I guess that's how you're passing all the exams, huh? Okay. Yeah, what's the idea here? Who wants to elaborate a little bit, please? Yes, Athar?
In most schools, if they catch you, like helping someone cheat on a test,
Hmm.
they're going to give you both zeros on the actual thing, or just like negative points for
Yeah.
cheating.
So he or the friend will suffer. You'll also suffer. You may have to repeat the class. You'll get disgraced, like, oh, this guy is a cheater, right? Who wants to get that? No one. Hmm? What if they just copy you, right? And what if the teacher, someone is answering, and what if the teacher sees, and then you both will end up in a big trouble, right? So that it's a misplaced compassion, right? It's not the right compassion. So what's the right compassion in this situation? How will we rightly apply compassion? Yes, Vedi?
By not allowing them to copy off your paper and tell them to actually put in their own effort and study for next time.
Yeah, you tell them, like, my dear friend, I really care for you, and I don't want you to fail, but I would like you to put in the effort so that you can, succeed on your own, and you'll feel happy, you'll feel glorious, you'll feel accomplished, right? Even if you get a best grade by copying, will you feel happy in the heart? No. Okay, next situation. A drunkard beggar, right? There's a guy who's, oops, sorry. A drunkard beggar on the street is asking money. Oh, dear so and so, Prabhuji, Mataji, please give me $20. I am so thirsty. I have not been able to drink since last 2 weeks. I'm alcohol. I want to go to the bar and get a new bottle. Can you please help me? I'll be so grateful. It'll give me so much joy and happiness, right? So, should we give them $10, $20 so they can get a nice new bottle and be happy? They're saying they'll be happy. No? Okay, what's the right thing to do here? Yes, who will tell? Sampada, want to tell?
Oh, we can maybe like buy them food if they're really hungry, like by ourselves and feed them. Like the prasadam, of course. Something like that.
Yes, we can give them prasadam, right? We can offer Krishna prasad to them that, my dear friend, this alcohol is ruining you. We can give a small book or something. We can give a cookie or prasad, right? And give them and tell them, please, at least chant Hare Krishna, and this is ruining your life, right? Okay, so by saying no, it's aligned with the scriptures. Okay, Ansh also agrees. Ansh is our okay, third situation. A friend of yours cares a lot about dogs, cats, right? But he or she eats other animals like chicken, fish, goat, cows, etc. Right? They're asking you, hey, dear Vedahi, you should come with me and volunteer for animal rights. But that person and many people in that organization, after that whole pitch, they're going to have chicken and whatnot, and they're talking about animal rights for dogs and cats. And most members of that organization eat animal flesh. So what's going on here? Good idea to support. No. Okay. So tell me more. Ishan, tell me more. And then Vaidehi will.
I might join, and then later on, if I could, I would try to persuade them to also include other animals and slowly make it like a vegetarianism group or something like that.
Okay, good thought. Tell them the famous that why. So this is called selective compassion. Selective compassion you're getting? Oh, dogs and cats? Perfect. We'll help them. Like in America, many people care a lot about dogs and cats. And there are some festivals in other parts of the world, like China, like they eat dogs there. And then people here, they criticize, oh my God, that's bad. That's hellish eating dogs. But eating chickens is also, and eating cows is also not a good thing to do. It's equally bad, is it not? Right? So this is called selective compassion, right? Oh, I care about dog because I love dogs. Everyone else go in hell, right? I don't care. Mhm. That's called selective compassion. Or it could be sometimes in people also. Oh, I like the people of my skin. Everyone else, right? This is also wrong. What is the famous verse in Bhagavad Gita which tells us to see with equal vision? Very, very famous verse. A knowledgeable person, a learned person. I'm giving you hints in the chapter 5. Okay, come on, raise more hands. Yes, a learned person sees with equal vision different types of entities. Yes, Vinita?
Vidya Vinaya Sampane Brahmane Gavihastani Sunichaiva Supake Cha Pandita Samadarshina.
Very nice. Who knows the translation? Who knows the verse number? Yes, Vedi?
5.18.
518. And translation, Ansh, you tell.
A learned and gentle Brahmana sees with equal vision a cow, an elephant. The great sadhus see with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater.
Beautiful. 518. Okay, so that kind of brings our discussion to a pause. Thank you so much for enthusiastically participating. We discussed lots today, right? So the idea is to become, yes, be kind and caring as far as it's aligned with scriptures, right? Yes, we are okay for offering food, prasadam, but will not offer alcohol or meat, right? We'll draw the line. Those are the physical care. But more importantly, we'll try to offer spiritual care on the spiritual platform, on the soul platform, so that that person doesn't have to repeat in this different species and go through different sufferings again and again, right? That's real compassion. That's how we just don't save the dress, but address the root cause, which is to save the soul, to save the actual person, in this case, to save their soul by sharing Krishna consciousness. That's the biggest philanthropic activity, as Prabhupada says. Okay, so you'll memorize that verse, you'll memorize the counting, right? Write it nicely, put it on your dashboard or somewhere in a wall or whatever, notice board. By the way, I got a notice board, you see? This is a recent addition. Right? So you can also get some kind of board and put things you want to remember and stuff. Okay, so you'll memorize the counting, you'll memorize the verse. Okay, any questions before we stop? Are we having Kahoot? Okay, from next time, let's try to have it every week, huh? It's been a lot of, we have a lot of content. So Vinita, will you help in the Kahoot? Okay, let's do it next time. And if I forget, you remind me, okay? Because I'm a forgetful person. You're all young, fresh. So thank you again for your time and enthusiasm. We'll pause here and see you all. What's next week? It's 12th. Okay, so 12th. So now the classes will be on Sunday evening. So I was traveling in the past, which modified to Saturday. And so now the default time is Sunday evening, unless otherwise communicated, right? So default time is Sunday 7:15. We'll do that every Sunday. And if there's a change, I will communicate. Okay? So thank you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your it's almost night, so have a good night and have a great new year. And thank you so much. Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhaktarvrinda ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, Kripasindhubhyevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Hare Krishna, thank you. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you.